A Princess Club meets in the usual way. Read from the Bible and take time to pray. Remind each other as kids of the King, God's will on earth is our reason for being. That when something's wrong or something's not right, it's time for Christians to stand up and fight. We know that people aren't our enemy. It's the devil, and we tell him to flee. We stay submitted to God and His Word. We pray in faith, knowing each time we're heard. Mary was eagerly waiting to start. Princess Club meetings were dear to her heart. So Ruth, Hannah, Esther, and Abigail all listened as Mary started to tell the idea she thought would be great to do.
Make kids' lives better.
She stated on cue.
Let's collect toys we can give to the poor. We'll take our moms as we go door to door.
The moms all agreed and split up the town. Esther went uptown, while Ruth, she went down. Hannah went backwards and Abigail straight. Mary went sideways. She just couldn't wait. Their moms went along 'cause it was just smart. They knocked on each door and shared from their heart, asking for toys to bless children in need. Share God's love at Christmas. What a good deed. They gathered puzzles and they gathered balls. They gathered skateboards and they gathered dolls. People gave board games, stuffed animals too. They gave guitars, keyboards, and a kazoo. One boy gave his robot. One gave a toy boat. A girl her jump rope. An old man his goat.
That's not a toy!
They all started to say, but the goat was cute, and he liked to play. There was this one house, the last on the block. Mom by her side, Mary gave it a knock. The door opened, and there stood two little girls, Penny and Heather, their hair full of curls. Both in their jammies, all ready for bed, they scurried to find toys for Mary instead.
Come with us, Mary!
They called as they ran up to their room with a pink ceiling fan. Mary looked into their room full of toys. A bunk bed, dresser, a whole lot of noise. Those two girls clamored. They clanked, clanged, and yelped, searching for toys, yelling,
We want to help!
Penny calmed down, picking her favorite doll.
This is Katie. I bought her at the mall.
She gave it to Mary quick as could be.
I hope she makes someone happy, like me.
And then Penny's sister started to cry. Her tears fell like rain. Mary wondered why.
What's wrong?
Questioned Mary.
What's hurting you?
Heather kept sobbing.
I have nothing new. New?
Mary asked as she saw all her toys. Toys that would delight any girl or boy. Heather just pouted.
I want something new, so then I can give an old toy to you.
Mary asked,
Heather, how can you be sad? A room full of toys? A mom and a dad? You have so much to be thankful for. Why aren't you happy? You keep wanting more?
Sorry
cried Heather.
that I feel this way. Giving to others is too much to pay. I said I'd help, but then I'll be without. Then all day tomorrow, I'll sit and pout.
Mary's mind thought of a not-so-good place, where kids always have an unhappy face. Too much is too little. Too little brings tears. Selfish kids pout every day of the year. There in the kingdom of selfish did rule a princess demanding her way, like a fool. No one was happy, not one girl or boy. No one was peaceful, and no one had joy. And then at that moment, a small voice within said,
Heather just needs to be born again. Jesus in us is God's gift from above. He fills our heart up with His kind of love. God says, be thankful for all that we have. With little or much, be thankful and glad. And when we give our word, we follow through, keeping our promise like princesses do.
In the Bible, a woman named Hannah was happily married to Elkanah. But he had 2 wives. Hannah was first, the second Peninnah, and that's not the worst. Peninnah had children. Hannah did not. Hannah tried to have kids. She tried a lot. Peninnah would tease her year after year. Hannah was sad and would break down in tears. All of a sudden, she got up one day and went to the temple of God to pray. Instead of letting her life fall apart, she cried out to God and gave him her heart. She told God if he would give her a boy, she'd give him back her bundle of joy. Because peace doesn't come from someone you love. Real peace only comes from God up above. Within a year, Hannah's life took a turn. The child she prayed for, the child that she yearned, God answered her prayer one glorious morn. Hannah's first baby, Samuel, was born. A few years later, when he was knee-high, Hannah gave Samuel to the priest, Eli. She kept her promise. Her word remained true. Easy or hard, it's the right thing to do. She visited Samuel every year with having 5 more kids that she held dear.
Mary said,
Heather, why don't you pray? Ask God for a new gift to give away.
Heather looked puzzled.
A new gift to give?
Yes, God gave us all a new life to live. A life full of love that others may see once we receive Jesus, God's gift that's free.
At that moment, Heather gave God her heart by asking Jesus for a brand new start. 2 months had passed. Now December was here. It was time to start spreading Christmas cheer. The Princess Club gathered to hand out toys they had collected for poor girls and boys. They gave away Barbies, Nerf guns and cars, tea sets, Legos, and robots from Mars, plush pets, pop toys, and a red motorboat. A girl from a farm went home with the goat. The princesses smiled. The line dwindled down. All of a sudden, they noticed a frown. The last girl in line, she looked oh so sad. They looked all around and felt really bad. The toys were all gone. They needed one more. And that's when Heather just burst through the door.
I hope I'm not late. I got this today, and I knew I had to give it away.
The last girl in line, her eyes opened wide. She opened the gift and then looked inside. Her face shone brightly, holding her new doll. She left there the happiest kid of them all. Abigail, Ruth, Hannah, Mary, and Esther all stood speechless, just looking at Heather. Heather chimed in.
It's because I heard princesses always keep their word. The Bible says Hannah gave God her boy. The least I could do is give God my new toy.